Charlie offered $150 million from Israel.
Charlie would not accept foreign money.
One of our last conversations, he said, Alex, I'm really worried. Like, this is really serious, isn't it?
If you want to know the truth, Charlie was bored by politics.
So I don't know who this guy is, Alex Covette. I'm going to have to find it without the music in the background. So if you guys bear with me, either way, I'm going to still talk to you while I am doing that. But you know, this Alex Covette guy, I don't know really where he came from. What's annoying is that time stamping it, and it's just so irritating. Hold on a second. All the music is really annoying. Conservative and fighting about Israel. All right, bet. This guy, so it was supposed to be that Erika was going to address these things, and I still think that she is. This was supposed to be happening today. And then the whole notion of Charlie Kirk going full, Catholic or whatever, which, there's something that Candace Owens said simply because somebody, first off, who are you to even leak something private like that about? It's just too much. It's just wrong. But I know I do this thing. I'm not finishing my sentences. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna look at a little bit of this Alex guy. Some of what he has to say. Now, this is the guy who was Charlie Kirk's right-hand man, who started to show up for me. He's been around a little right before Charlie Kirk was murdered. But we're going to hear what he has to say. I have a little bit of Erika Kirk's interview with New York Times. I didn't even know that happened. When did that get a chance to happen? I found it anyway, whatever. And then we're also going to look at people's reaction to Candace Owens. Candace Owens bit off a little bit more than she could chew this time with this Charlie Kirk situation. And everybody is feeling some type of way about it. They don't like it. It doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on. With that said, guys, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell. Thanks to everybody who's watching this video. This is going to be interesting. Please give me a long duration, guys. I'm trying to push out 3 videos a day. Really trying to get this stuff out. But again, in the name of the Lord, I'm grateful to everybody. Please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. Let's get into it.
You've got the anti-Israel side claiming him now, which is a posthumous thing. But I think that's interesting. You got the Catholics claiming him and the evangelicals claiming him. And
was he becoming Catholic?
No, but he really loved Catholic Mass. He loved the ritual of it. He loved the beauty of old Catholic churches and the stained glass.
And him and Erika would go sometimes.
Yeah, well, Erika's a cradle Catholic, but she ended up kind of like me. I grew up Catholic and First Communion and went to Catholic high school, but then I ended up becoming a Christian in college through a Protestant church, through a non-denominational kind of more.
You're going to notice this type of verbiage that's coming out, this type of rhetoric, and we've heard it before, but it is important to call it out now, especially in a time like this when there's an actual attack on the whole Christian faith as a whole. Catholics will not, many Catholics, not all, will not do this for Protestants. But I myself, as a so-called Protestant, and I say so-called because they give labels. I just think Christian is Christian. Will do this for Catholics. This notion of saying, well, I was a Catholic and then I became a Christian is absolutely weird to me. It is because Catholics do follow Christ. They do believe that Christ is the way to heaven. They don't believe anything else is the way to heaven, right? We can kind of get weird, we can kind of talk about their practices, maybe some people don't agree with certain things in their practices, but the reason why I don't give them a hard time is because I go to church on Saturday and I've had people come at me for that. So you see what I'm saying? So it's like we follow Christ. What is this difference between Catholic and Christian? And when he's saying it, and I know that he works for a Christian Zionist organization, it's like, well, what do you consider Christian, right? So just got to be aware of the little vocab. Let's get into it again.
Experience. It's actually Presbyterian, and then it was kind of non-denominational. And I think Erika kind of follows that same path. She and I share that.
Also, by the way, I just want to draw attention to, she's posted a photo of her and Charlie and the kids in Mass before, and somebody in the comment section said, oh, are you guys converting? And she said, no, we just like attending sometimes. So she herself had said no.
Yeah, publicly. And I think Charlie, one of the things, Charlie really hated worshiping in like a gym, or some sort of kind of blank space that you just turn into church. There's no problem. He didn't have a problem with the act of that. He just didn't prefer it. And he loved, again, the ritual, the ancient, feel of a Catholic mass, and the fact that everybody around the world that was worshiping as Catholic, he loved that. So he had some really big theological hangups with that. You can go check the videos out, him debating with Michael Knowles, in good fun. I mean, they were dear friends, but they loved kind of debating the whole Protestant versus Catholic thing.
So tensions were rising in the movement. This is not news to anybody. If you are participating in the movement, you see it with your own eyes. You see it on X if you live online like we do. And Charlie was aware of it.
Oh, yeah.
I will say, as far as the rumors go, for donor pressures and all of that, and you can tell me if I'm wrong. Internally, what I noticed was, yes, he was getting pressure about having Tucker speak. There were people angry that we were allowing Tucker to speak. He wanted to double down and said, I don't care that people are mad. I have tons of different ideologies on this stage, religions, viewpoints within the conservative movement. Everybody's welcome. I want everybody to have a chance to share their ideas. Mm-hmm. And that's the only pressure I know of as far as donor pressure that he ever received recently.
A couple things that it's worth clarifying. And you asked me this earlier, so let me make sure I'd say it. Charlie's position on Israel was very clear. I like them more than I like Hamas. I just wish I was free to criticize Israel and not be labeled an anti-Semite, because I can criticize my own government and not be called anti-American.
Right.
But why do I have more freedom to do, that and not criticize, a foreign government? And he was really upset that there was this sort of clampdown on the freedom of expression, the freedom of ideas, free speech when it came to a foreign government. And I will say this, he felt like he had earned the right as a friend of the Jewish people over the years and all of the things that he had done. He felt like his bona fides in that respect were unassailable, and that he should have the freedom to say, hey, it's time to end the war. Hey, it's time to stop the killing. But, with Tucker, for example, we took some pushback. We lost some donors. And what's interesting is it wasn't necessarily Jewish donors, although there was, because that's a misconception about Turning Point's funding base, by the way, is, it's not a whole lot of Jewish donors. It's just not. There was always, I saw the comments online like, oh, the Jewish shekels or something it's all this gross stuff. It just wasn't true. And it isn't true. But we did lose, one in particular towards the end that was frustrating. There's this great clip when we were in Myrtle Beach, and he got asked if, from somebody in the audience, if he was going to, debate Candace or, disavow Tucker. And Charlie's answer I thought was amazing. I remember he came off stage. He's like, "Do you like that one?" And I was like,
he would always ask that for reassurance.
Yeah. He always loved like, "Did you see that? Did you really listen?
Yeah. Do I look good? Was that a good clip? Do you think that'll go viral?"
Yeah. And I remember saying like, "Yeah, I thought it was amazing. It was morally so crystal clear." And he basically said, "I don't appreciate being morally blackmailed." And and every time people would say that to him, he would dig his heels in. It's like, well, maybe Tucker's going to give 2 speeches now at MFest. Yeah. Or maybe I'll invite so-and-so.
That was one thing
Right. So, okay. This is a pretty interesting interview that I might just go ahead and put on, and then we'll come back to it. But here's the thing. This person, first of all, when he talks, there's not a whole lot of Jewish donors. Or what's a lot? What's considered a lot to you? So that's a subjective term. You come back with the numbers, right? Well, we have 10 donors and 3 of them are Jewish. Okay, then that's different, right? Okay. That's not what he said. Number 2, the whole, he liked Israel, he didn't like Hamas. I'm sorry, why can't we say Palestinians? Why do we have to say Hamas? It is, again, linguistic programming, so you can say that Palestinians are all Hamas. By the way, I don't have a problem with resistance, but I'm just saying that like that, since they know that most people's minds work like that. Oh, Hamas bad, so Palestinian bad. Which is like, God, I don't know what it's going to take for us to ever break out of that. I don't know. I used to be like that. I'm not going to lie. I didn't say Palestinians are bad. I just thought, Hamas bad. Well, but now I thank God for being awakened. But also, he felt like he earned the right to make these criticisms and say, stop the killing. Well, and he played himself for feeling like he earned the right. I heard Megyn Kelly say that too. I earned the right. I've been friends, so I can now talk about you. What is this world? I don't have to earn it, so I got to be friends first with somebody and then be able to give them criticism. This is America. Our money goes to fund this stuff, okay? I don't have time to get to know a bunch of Jews in Israel, okay? I have a right to talk about it because, first of all, this is a crime to humanity what's going on. That's number one. I'm a Christian. Christians should not be supporting this in any fashion. Not at all. And my government is involved in it. So I'm sorry, I don't have to be friends first. You earn the right. So that's how free speech works. You got to work around these parameters. Doesn't he know? Oh, no, but he never earned the right. That's the other thing. Oh, would you just figure that out, Charlie? He had just figured that out? No, you never earned the right. You were not supposed to say anything about these people. It's a shame. It's a real shame. Anyway, so we got Erika Kirk. It's like, when did she do this article? It's like, you know, it's like, we're not going to read the whole thing, but what date is on this? I don't have the date. September 21st. Okay, 2 days ago. During the past 11 days, the heartache and anger of Erika Kirk found herself as if gravitational pull by a single moment. It's the recollection of how, on what turned out to be the most last night. Charlie Kirk, her husband, was excited to sleep. His adrenal glands were going off. What? She could recall the hour and a half interview. He got up. I could hear him eating something in the kitchen. He'd been waiting all summer to begin touring the visits to college campuses. He'd been waiting all summer to begin touring. And it's the end of the summer. We're like an Olympic event for him. He trained for them. He had whiteboard sessions for hours, mock debates. He was just so excited. Was he, though? I'm allowing myself to feel so deeply. The Lord is giving me discernment. Wait a minute. Ho. She acknowledged her struggle to make sense of this unfathomable tragedy. I'm allowing myself to feel this so deeply, she said, without medication, without alcohol. The Lord is giving me discernment. Interesting. So, yeah, there's just like a lot here. You know, Charlie was like a son to, like, there's a lot. And I want them to see what they did to my husband. That's oh no, I want to see. Okay, I was gonna say, because that was what Jackie said. Hold on. It had been to accompany, home needs you, Mr. Kirk told her. They agreed she would travel instead with him. So this is pretty dating of Miss Arizona. Oh, yeah, this goes into a lot with them. Okay, it does. Pretty interesting. Maybe I'll go live on, I don't know which channel, guys. But I will go live, and I think that we'll go through this when I go live. But, yeah, she did talk to the New York Times. A lot of people have a lot of, you know, they have a lot of people have their guard up with Erika. The only thing I can say about Erika right now, which I'll still continue to give Erika a pass for now, because she's out there. I mean, she's out there talking, so it's like, why? I can critique her if she's out there talking, but I'm still going to give her a pass for a moment. Is that she is out there. You know, she's out there and she's now the face. Now everybody's talking about her. They're not even, you know, it's about Erika is taking over the whole bit. It is what it is. This is how it goes. So I know the show must go on, that kind of thing, right? Okay, so I wanted to show you guys too before we leave. This guy and what he says about Candace Owens, and I'm not going to tell you anything else. He ends up going through, I'm sure, her clips. I have to watch this too, but we'll play a little bit of a clip, but I just want you to know, like, it's not just me. Everybody probably thinks it's just me. It's not just me.
That, Ruslan, you don't understand. You're not listening to her. This is unfair. The tone of what you're saying is nice. You are just deflecting. You are being dismissive of her. Now, may I just subtly point out the utter hypocrisy of saying my last two videos were too mean, too dismissive, harsh tone, lying about her, taking her out of context. The idea that Candace can make these videos and I can't react to them. The idea that Candace can say whatever she wants about whomever she wants in the most weird circumstances while making hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, but I can't respond to them. Do you guys understand the utter hypocrisy with regards to that sort of feedback? My riddle that I have for all of you guys is, how many lies does it take before one acknowledges that Candace Owens is a liar? How many? Is it one? Is it one lie? You say one lie, you're a liar. Shout out to Living Water Ministries and the ministry they do with witnessing. One lie makes you a liar. Is it two? How many lies? I want you guys to think about that. How many lies does it take before someone is officially a liar? Because I think with regards to this Candace thing, this doesn't bring me joy to address this. I don't like making videos about this. I mean, listen, there's a clear scripture that I get to wrestle through with regards to this. And I'll tell you why I'm making this video in a second, but this is the scripture, like I got to wrestle through this, but so do all of you. So do all of you. Don't have anything to do with foolish and stupid arguments because you know they produce quarrels. And the Lord's servants must not be quarrelsome, but must be kind to everyone, able to teach, not resentful. So in me having this conversation, I'm doing my best to not be resentful towards Candace. I really am.
I know how he feels. Y'all don't even understand. And he's doing way better than me. We already know. Like, I'm not even going to sit here and act like I'm this righteous. I need to be. You know, shout out to this guy. I don't know much about him. I'll have to check out his show. What's his name? The Candace Owens, Russian KD. You know, and I guess I'll just take a look at some of his stuff a little later. But, you know, but this is, and I may not agree with everything that he says, and you know how that goes. But it's like he's not, people across the aisle are having a visceral reaction to this girl. I'm not saying she's losing her platform. I wouldn't want her to lose her platform at all. That I'm good with, right? It's just the rabbit hole that she takes people down is just not fair. Like, come on, now we're talking about trap doors and stuff like that. It's already bad enough, the Brigitte Macron thing. Like, come on, what are you doing? And I know Brigitte Macron, by the way, provided evidence that she's a woman. She already started kind of backpedaling on that. Well, I never said she wasn't a woman. I just said that she wasn't born. You know, it's just like, it's too much.
Hundreds of millions, going to be worth billions soon. And I got more questions for that. But let's just say that's all true. Let's just say that's all true. Now, here is another thing that I caught her in just this week. So again, how many lies does it take? Check this out. This is, I don't know how you get around this one. So listen closely to what she says. This is from several days ago. Exclusive, another photo of Tyler Robinson, which, by the way, the receipts she presents in this photo of Tyler Robinson, she couldn't even confirm if it was really Tyler Robinson's. But let's just look at this.
On top of that, talk about a federal operation
Talk about a federal operation. So remember, in light of Charlie Kirk, she is saying this is a federal operation. What's a federal operation? The conspiracy to take out Charlie Kirk, or what? I don't know. She's not being clear. Okay, but in this video, the receipts that she had was a picture of Tyler Robinson at a ice cream shop.
And be clear, I am a very much an isolationist, if you will. I don't look, man. Come on, after weapons of mass destruction, really. So there's that, right? But it is the way she presents the argument or the position. He's right.
She couldn't even verify it was true. But let's let her cook. Let's let her cook.
Hate me forever. That's totally fine. On top of that, talk about a federal operation out of nowhere. Brigitte Macron just lies. I don't even know how they got this in the press. This is so dumb. Brigitte Macron comes out and says they have offered scientific evidence to the U.S. court to prove that Brigitte is a woman. That's what her lawyer says. Well, the lawyer's a liar because we haven't even started this case yet.
Okay, so in the process, they're sending her stuff to get her to stop saying that. What are they sending her? They're sending her pictures of Brigitte as a girl. They're sending her pictures of Brigitte pregnant. They're sending her pictures of stuff to show and prove that this is a woman. You keep saying she's a man. But listen closely to what she says next.
How could you have offered scientific proof to a court to prove you're a woman, especially because you're not suing me over the claim that I said you were born a man?
We all heard it. You're not suing me over the claim that you were born a man. That's what Candace said. Listen closely. We have to be in the same reality here, friends. If you're a fan of Candace Owens, you got to be in the same reality with me. Listen closely to what she said.
Woman, especially because you're not suing me over the claim that I said you were born a man. You were born a man. I guess you're born a boy, a male is what I should say. You're born a male, and you've never sued anybody for making that statement. You sue for things around it. You're suing me because you're saying, well, you said I stole the identity from my sister. I'm not a thief. You've never sued anybody for the claim that you were born male.
Okay, how many lies does it take to admit and acknowledge that Candace is either a liar or a lunatic? Well, I got paperwork. Guys. When we go to the lawsuit, which, by the way, I'll link this below. This is the actual lawsuit filed in the state of Delaware. And on the second page, in black and white, it says, Candace Owens, LLC, and Georgetown, Inc., endorsed, repeated, and established a series of verifiably false and devastating lies about the Macrons on which this complaint is based. Now, if Macron dated the president of France when he potentially was still a student, all that's weird. I don't like that. And that's not an endorsement of that. But this is what Candace claims. Candace claims that's not why she's being sued. What does the lawsuit say? What does the paperwork say? Black and white. Well, it says that these outlandish, defamatory, and far-fetched include that Ms. McCrone was born a man, stole another person's identity. So yes, she's suing you for also saying that she stole someone's identity. But primarily, the leading thing in this document, which you read it for yourself, you use your brain. Every single person here, all you Candace Owens stands, read this for yourself. Why is she being sued? These outlandish, defamatory, and far-fetched fictions included that Ms. McCrone was born a man, stole another person's identity, and transitioned to become Bridget. Ms. McCrone and President Macron are blood relatives, so she's also accusing them of. President Macron was chosen to be president of France as part of the CIA-operated MK Ultra, a program of similar mind control. And Ms. Macron and President Macron are committing forgery, fraud, and abuses of power to conceal these events. The second page of this is the official document is saying this. But let's
Right. So, and I'm going to end it here, but I think I might cover this guy a little bit more because he's bringing the receipts that I don't have on me. But if he has them, but why can't I just use them? The thing is, what they are suing her for, here's the part that people don't understand. And let's just break it out just real quick. Stick with me, guys. Okay? For people who come, because people come at me too. Like, they come at me and I'm like, yeah, and I'm transparent about a lot of things. I've been calling this girl out about being a gaslighter, for a long time. But anyway, these outlandish, defamatory, far-fetched fiction that Macron is a man, stole another person's identity, transitioned, all of these things can be true about even about Brigitte. It can. I'm not saying that things like this don't happen, please. How many people are they passing in front of us? How many lies are told to us? Yes. The problem is the person who's bringing the message does not have the receipts to prove that this is true. The evidence that they're looking at, it's a small bit of evidence. You need more. You simply just need more. And you don't have it, okay? And then she likes to backpedal. She does, which is what she's lying to her audience. She's saying, y'all are not suing me because I called you a male when you were born. Literally right there, black and white. That's why they're suing her. So it's about the person that you're. It's a shame. Maybe this stuff is true, but she's not credible enough. She lies too much, and the lies are starting to catch up to her. That's a big lie she just told there. I'll let you guys marinate on that. I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye.